We continue. Yesterday we talked about basic economic idea. There's no basic economic idea without a problem. We would have come up with, there would have been a problem that we have to sit together and try to resolve this. We find solutions to every problem, right? So in economics, the basic economic problem, stop. When I'm talking, you don't try this. While I'm talking, you don't try it. You listen. Thank you. The basic economic problem is scarcity. And to solve that economic problem, we need basic economic idea. So the brain behind basic economic idea is to be productive efficient. And when we talk about productive efficiency, it simply means we are producing at the lowest possible cost. So there's a market, which is the same as industry. That's the same. So the lowest possible cost is what you as a firm should aim to achieve. So a firm, combination of firms make a market or industry. Yes? Sure. The combination of firms makes a market or industry. So firm A, B, C, D, E, F to infinity, they must ensure that they have the lowest possible cost. You don't cross your leg, you sit properly as a classroom. You don't sit like that in the classroom, you sit properly. Yeah, you don't do this in my class, you sit. So the combination of firms make a market or industry. So if part of some of your firms, or some of the firms who become your competitors are reducing their cost, and you are incurring more cost, you become less competitive. And when you are less competitive, it means you are going to be thrown out of the market. So for you to remain relevant in that market, it means you have to be what? Productive efficiency. So productive efficiency simply means you being able to produce at the lowest possible cost. Because when you are able to produce at the lowest possible cost, it allows you to sell at affordable prices to your customers. And also it allows you to make profits and remain competitive. These are the advantages of being productive efficient. Do you have any question about that? I talked about this yesterday. I'm just trying to go back to what we talked about yesterday. So, for productive efficiency, we have a graphical representation. So we can use a productive possibility frontier or production possibility frontier, a PPF or PPC, to represent productive efficiency. So what are we talking about here? We have 2 points. We have point Y and point X. Point X represents unemployed resources. Unemployed resources. Point Y is the boundary, which means this point is productive efficiency. So firms that produce at this point, or an economy that produces at this point, is productive efficient. Producing below this point, producing at any point here, is considered as productive inefficiency. Do we understand what I'm making here, please? Are you here? It's better you're here. Point Y, that's the boundary of the PPF or PPC. It represents productive efficiency. Inside the PPF means there are unemployed resources. We are not using our full potential. So that means there are unemployed resources. And that makes an economy to what? Productive inefficiency. Do we understand the difference between productive efficiency and productive inefficiency? Using the PPF. The exams they might ask you. Analyze with a graphical representation the difference between a PPF, using the PPF to represent productive efficiency and productive inefficiency. There's productive efficiency if you are operating on the boundary. There's productive inefficiency if you are operating in there. Do we get it? Yes. So it simply means an economy that produces full capital goods with no consumer goods, or full consumer goods with no capital goods, or in between them. So producing in between them, producing capital goods, producing consumer goods are considered as productive efficiency. But the problem about this point is that there are no resources that you can use to further your production. When you produce at point Y, it simply means there are no more resources available to continue outward of PPF. That is the problem about Y. Do we get it or not, please? A PPF is a graph that shows the combination of capital goods and consumer goods that can be produced if all resources are fully utilized. So that means we have used all our resources, either on this, or in between both. So we can't go further. We can't shift outward. That is the problem about this. Do we get the point I'm making?
Yeah, we can't move beyond because no more resources to use.
There are no more resources. That is the problem about point Y. But for point X means we have not reached our full capacity. We can do better than where we are. Are they clear?
Yes.
Any question about this? Is it clear, please?
Yes.
Good. Any question about that?
No.
Great. So, for a firm in a perfect competition, when we talk about a perfect competition, in a perfect competition, firms are profit maximizers. And
There's no monopoly.
yeah, monopoly is different. Monopoly is a firm that controls the whole industry.
Yeah.
So, in a monopoly, the firm is equal to the industry. In a monopoly. Are you with me, guys?
Yes.
This is just a way back. So when we talk about a profit maximizing firm, it will produce where MC equals to
MR.
that is a profit maximizing firm. Now let's take a productive efficiency into a perfect competition. A perfect competition is a market structure where both buyers and sellers have perfect knowledge of happenings within the market. It's a market where you have firms as price taker. Are you with me?
Yes, but
I'm giving you the features of a perfect market here. We all have information about the market. Firms are all profit maximizers. They can compete for the same customers
And the price take.
and they produce on the larger scale. That's a perfect competition. So, when you talk about a perfect competition as a firm will be considered productive efficient in a perfect competition if it produces where the price equals to the marginal cost, where P equals to MC, or where MR equals to AR. Do you get what I'm saying or not?
Yes.
In a perfect competition, a firm will be considered as being productive efficient if it is able to produce at this point. This point means P, which is same as AR, equals to MR. We talked about revenue yesterday. We said total revenue is price multiplied by quantity sold, right?
Yes.
We talked about that. So, in a perfect competition, when we're talking about productive efficiency, we have to produce as a firm at this point, where price is quantity. Your marginal cost equals to your average cost, your average revenue equals to your marginal revenue. That makes you a productive, efficient firm. Is it clear?
Yes.
Any question about productive efficiency?
No.
So this ends productive efficiency. Now we're going to talk about allocation.